Well, the Art in Public Places program was created out of an Art in Public Places ordinance that passed in 1995. And that means at that point, the city capital projects over $250,000 contribute 1% to art. And that helped create the program that is placing the art around the city of Fort Collins. And that helps to give us a very unique feel on our own identity for Fort Collins. That's why you'll see art projects that are very integrated into the site because we get connected with that project early on in that design process. So they become very site-specific and special for Fort Collins.
Well, Art in Public Places is a very important program because it helps beautify our community. And for the artists, it's really a wonderful way to, do permanent installations, which a lot of us don't get to do.
Typically, we review artist qualifications and add artists to a design team. So they're part of an integrated process where they join a project in its early stages and work with engineers and planners and landscape architects and others to really come up with a concept that's suitable for a public improvement project, whether it's a bike rack or some sort of decorative lighting element. They come up with that vision on their own, and us as a board really select the artist that's most suitable for the project based on their qualifications. And then we're sort of hands-off on the design. We let the artists take that creative vision, and then we come in at the back end and we have a final check with the review just to make sure it is appropriate for our community before it's approved by City Council.
For the Art in Public Places programs for the city of Fort Collins, there's a couple of processes involved, and this particular project, they were choosing from a design consultant list, and that is an existing list of pre-qualified artists, and they'll have you go in for an interview, and then they will choose an artist, and then that artist will work with the design team. But then the process starts where you're working with that design team and creating something that works for all the different departments. And therefore, there is a lot of collaboration, which is great because that's not always the case, say, for other municipalities.
When you surround people with beauty and you make your city more beautiful, then what you're doing is just literally attracting more people. You're going to get even higher quality of people that want to live here because it's a beautiful place.
I consider it a win-win-win because it's good for the artists to get our work out in the public and we get paid for it. Good for the city. This is a program that cuts down on graffiti so that these boxes don't have to get painted over and over again after they get tagged. And then good for the people of the town too, because I think people take more pride in their city when they have good art.
I think art is a really cool way to share the message. So I'm thinking of our recent recycling center installation that's using recycled materials and showcasing, hey, we're a great community. We have this amazing new recycling center, but we also thought about the materials going into the art at our recycling center, their recycled bottles. And it's really communicating our values in a visual way rather than just telling people the story or putting some stats on our website.
All of the art that's in this building in 222 LaPorte was put together specifically to tell the story of utilities. Most of the utilities customer connections group is housed here along with sustainability. So there are 116 employees, and the art projects that are throughout this building really tell the story of each of those employees and their role here. Some of the unexpected parts of this project in 222 LaPorte have been from people who we didn't necessarily intend the art to reach. There are stained glass pieces that are in each of the stairwells, the east and west stairwell, but from all of the floors you can actually see the light pouring in through the stained glass in the afternoons, and we hadn't anticipated people inside the building being able to look at those. Also people who are coming in to access services like the piece that you see behind me. Those pieces are accessible to people who are coming in to pay bills, to have services turned on, to interact with some of the customer connections group, and they're being exposed to these really amazing pieces of art.
I like that our art in Fort Collins is truly integrated and a part of the project from its very beginning, and sometimes those artistic ideas can really shape the project and influence its outcomes in pretty unbelievable ways.
People from out of town, almost all of them say, "Oh, I wish our city did that." And people who live here, they'll often say, "Oh, I just love these, art in the alleys." And it's kind of a fun discovery process for people walking around and finding art where they didn't know there was any.
I think Fort Collins is so innovative in so many ways. I think the art adds that uniquely Fort Collins, that quality that will make you remember. And we see over and over that other cities are coming to our town to look at some of our projects that we're doing. Fort Collins was the first on the national level to do the Transformer cabinet murals. And it's such a golden opportunity for us to focus and feature our local artists. So we love it when we have the opportunity to give back to our community, to feature our local artists and support them in that project.
I cannot tell you how many people have come by and thanked me personally for doing this, and I tell them to thank the city of Fort Collins, because really it's a pretty terrific city and I love it. And I love being able to help make it more beautiful.